Hi everyone, welcome to third tutorial session on IC engine connecting rod assembly. In this session, I will going to explain the part modeling of distance piece, cover, washer, nut, split pin of the connecting rod assembly. Let us see the video carefully for better understanding the part modeling of these parts. We completed part number 1 to 5. In this session we will go for remaining parts. That first part is distance piece. The distance piece total length is 33 and thickness 3 mm and one height from the center is 7 mm and center diameter is 10.5, one more radius is 10. Then remaining is 5 mm distance and 2 mm at the bottom, 2 mm at the bottom and one more small 1.5 mm height. First solid part, that protrusion, right plane you have to select, then draw some circle of diameter 10.5 and one more circle, the radius you have to do 10. Draw the circle at the exactly center, then go to distance between, click the center, then click the horizontal plane. The distance you have to get should be 7 mm. Then zoom the area. Now in drawing you can see that same profile you have to draw, same profile without dimension. Therefore line command, draw one line like this, then line like that part, like that shape you have to draw. Then go to mirror, select that portion and mirror it to opposite side. Then with the help of line command you have to draw one tangent line like this and go to current extend to next, extend the line to up to here. You can get one profile like this. Now trim it, remaining parts you got to trim. I can get that partial profile you got. Now you go to dimensioning. All dimensions you have to do first, then the individual dimensions. First you have to go to equal it all lines. If necessary only you can go. Sometimes it will show error also. Go to distance between, that length you have to get 5 mm. Total length from here 33 mm. And from here to 1.5 instead of 1.02, 1.5. Then from that point to that point should be 2 mm. That point to that point also 2 mm. That one should be 0. That distance to horizontal distance should be 0. And that point that should be 2 mm. Then one more is that one also 2 mm. This one also you have to get 2 mm instead of 2.83, 2 mm both sides. Okay, now remaining one more is small distance that one they didn't mention, but you have to take and take it as a 0.15 that portion. The distance between from that you can take it as a 1.5. Now that profile is over, that one is 5 mm. The profile is over. Now you have to go to return, symmetric extents, thickness you have to give 3 mm. Finish. Save it in desired folder by giving the name distance piece. Next part is part number 7 is cover. The total all dimensions are given, that is front view and side view, and also you can check BB cross sectional view. Based on that one we will finish first shape of the part number 7. Remaining all of shape is similar to part number 1. How we did it in part number 1, same procedure you are here also you have to pause. You have to first you go for the cross sectional BB by selecting rotation revolve protrusion by side plane, draw one line of horizontal line, go to connect the line like this, then go to smart with the smart dimension 33 mm, go to symmetric diameter. From here the diameter you have to give, so that 48, then with the help of line command you have to draw one simple profile like this. Simple profile you have to draw, then go to dimensioning, go to equal, collect all lines equal like this. You have to go to connect constraint, then go to distance between or smart dimensioning. From here to here distance should be 6.5. So now go to axis of revolution, axis horizontal plane, then return. Now you have to give 180 degree in left side like this. Now you have to remove that 1.5 mm portion by selecting cutout command, then select front view, draw one simple line like this, and go to distance between, or to give the, should be 1.5, distance should be 1.5, then return, click the cursor outside and go to symmetric, and like this you have to give the cutout. Then that portion, small portion 3 mm, on other side is 3 mm also. The total length is in bottom side 20 is given, in upper side 22 is given. So here 3 plus 2 you can get 5 mm width, and the side 3 mm. First you have to go to protrusion, then select front view, and simply you have to draw one rectangle like this. Rectangle you have to draw, no dimension, no thickness, simply you have to draw one like rectangle. One more rectangle you have to draw, then connect the line like this. You have to connect the lines, then go to distance equal constraints, then that one and that one equal constraint, and this one and this one equal constraint. Then go to distance between, it should be 80 mm, 80 mm. Then distance from this one is 3 mm, should be 3 mm, and another one should be 5 mm. Then distance from here to distance should be 20 22 mm, actually 22 mm. By mistake I given 40. Okay, 22. Okay. Now go to include option. Select that curve and go to trim. Trim the line like this, extra lines, and return. Give 33 mm width you have to give. 33 mm width. Then finish. Then the inner part. That inner part you have to do. That 18 mm square you have to draw. The spot space is given. No, so based on that one, we'll do that part. For that you have to select that surface. See carefully that surface you have to select. Then draw one simple rectangle like this. Then go to distance, small distance. First you have to connect it to 18 mm. Here also 18 mm. The distance between from here here it should be 1 mm, because 18 mm is the radius is 9, so to give 1 mm is distance. Then you have to move the cursor in one direction, then click the through next. In right direction you have to move the cursor. Then you have to give the round radius is diameter 8, radius you have to give 9 mm. Finish. Then you have to go to cutout command. Here in that curved surface you have to make, for that radius is 10. Then select cut that surface and go to include, select the curved surface and go to offset of 1 mm, right click like this, you can get this profile, and go to the radius is 10 and one more is 9, and you have to draw the line like this. You have to move the cursor like this, then you have to draw one tangent line from here to tangent line you have to draw, then trim the line like this, then return, then click the cursor outer direction, then move the cursor inward. The cutout is over. Now you have to go for spot face of 18 mm diameter and hole is 10.5. So that select hole command, select that surface, then go to hole option, go to counter bore. This diameter you have to give 10.5. Counter bore diameter is 18. Depth 2 mm you have to give. Okay. Select the center, exact center. You have to select the center. Then return. Move the cursor in our direction. Then click on isometric and fit sheet. Now you have to go for that inclined part, the profile. That profile you have to draw. For that angle is 30 and one diameter is upper diameter is 10, another one is 12 mm diameter. Distance between the that line is 13.5 mm and 40 mm. Then go to sketch, select front plane, draw an inclined line like this. Go to angle between, angle should be 30. The distance between the tip of the line, top, and it should be 13.5. Then that from that end to that end distance should be 40 mm. Then you can return. One more time you have to go to revolve protrusion and select that front plane, zoom the area, take line command. First you have to draw 10 mm diameter and 12 mm. First you have to draw 10 mm. Half of that one is 5. Simply profile you have to draw like this. No need to go for dimensioning. So simply profile you have to draw. While drawing you have to carefully check the rectangles. The both end rectangle. It should be 90-degree lines. And go to distance, the symmetric diameter. In that you have to go to change the by 2 points. From that end to that end, it should be half of 10 is 5. Sorry, 10. You have to get symmetric diameter you have to 10. Radius is 5. It should be 12 mm. Now you have to select axis of revolution, that is the axis, and go to return. 360-degree rotation you have to give. Now you can get that profile is projection profile is over. Now you have to go to countersink hole. Hole diameter is 3 mm. Go to hole command, select that surface, hole option, countersink, 3 mm diameter. Countersink is exactly double 6. Then click the center, return, move the cursor downward direction. That finishes the countersink hole. Now that curved surface upper part you have to bring into in bottom side also by selecting mirror command. Then feature you have to select hole, cutout, round, then protrusion, that part, the feature that one you have to select. Then you have to click smart. Then you have to select the horizontal top plane you have to select. Now you can see same profile is copied to another side. Now you have to select, you have to hide the sketch planes. Now see, you have to save the drawing. That completes the part number 7, that is cover. Now next part is washer. Part number 8, washer. Diameter is outer diameter is 17, inner diameter 10.5. Length is 10.5. Thickness is 3 mm. Thickness is 3 mm. Then go to solid part. Go to protrusion. Select right plane. Draw one circle of diameter 17 mm. Then one more diameter is 10.5. And go to smart dimension, angle diameter you have to 10.5 and 17 mm. Then return, symmetric, thickness you have to go 3 mm. Then finish. Now save the drawing in desired folder by giving the name washer. Save. Then go to part number 9. Part number 9, the nut. Diameter is M10, that is 17, and slot also is there 2.5, 8 mm distance from the another side. So thickness of nut is 12 mm. Go to solid part and go to protrusion, select the right plane and go to application, macros, run macros, inside polygon. Here flat length you have to give 10. Then you have to click on the exact center, then go to line command or connect command, connect the lines like this by select the end of the lines. Connect like this. Then go to one more circle. So the circle you have to draw, diameter is 10 mm. Then return, symmetric you have to give, thickness you have to give 12 mm. Rightly mentioned in drawing. finish. Then go to threading. Thread you would select, then select OK, then you would select this shank and tip of the circle. Finish. Now you have to make slot of 2.8 mm width, and distance 8 minus 2 12 is 4 mm is the depth of the slot. So that you have to cut out, then select front plane, zoom the area, simple rectangle you have to draw like this. Go to connect command, connect the line like this, then go to smart, this should be 2.8, then to trim that line, then go to tangent arc like this arc you have to draw. Then once again zoom it, then you have to give the distance from another end. Distance from another end, from that point to that point should be 8 mm. 8 mm distance. Then return symmetric cutout like this you have to go do the cutout. Now same cutout you have to do it in another side also. So 6 parts. So that smart, then pattern and smart, then select that part, then you have to select the surface, then select the center. Before that one count you have to give 6 center line and draw the circle like this. Move the cursor outward direction and return. Now you can see total 6 slots. Now you have to go chamfer circles. For that revolve cutout, select top plane, simple you have to draw the line any length, angle 30 like this you have to draw, and return by selecting the axis of revolution, then click the cursor outward direction, give 360-degree rotation like this. The same cutout you have to do the slot, the chamfer circle you have to do it in another side also. For that you have to select mirror command, cutout smart right, then you have to select the right plane. You can see the chamfer circles and save. Now you have to go for save the drawing by giving the name mat in desired folder. Now last part, is the split pin. Part number 10, diameter is 2.5 and length one end length is given 25. Solid part. Select sketch command, select front plane, draw one rectangle like this, simple rectangle, then go to connect the line like this, connects center line and horizontal line, then go to collinear line and that like this collinear you have to do, and go to small distance, this one is 2.5 and distance from that surface to that should be 30 mm. Then click on circle diameter is 5 mm, draw the circle like this, click on the just center line, then go to trim the line, that line also you have to trim it. Then you have to go to distance between from that end to that end, distance should be 25, then given in drawing. Then go to fillet you can give radius, one is given in sketch drawing 1 mm, then return. Then one more time you have to select right plane, zoom the area, Now here simply you have to draw one circle of diameter 2.5. Click exactly on the center. Then using line command you have to draw one line. The distance from horizontal should be 0.1, but to give little bit upside down direction. 1.1 you can give. Then trim the remaining part. Then return. Now go to swept protrusion, single path. OK. First you select path, that is the path. Click, then right click, then that part you have to select and finish. Now you can see split pin is over. That completes the part number split pin part number 9. Sorry, part number 10. In next session we will do assembly of connecting rod with the help of these parts.